Hello everybody and welcome to the East Shore Wiffle Ball League. The matchup that you're about to see is between the Hershey Slimes and the Crawdads. Before we begin, let's take a look at their rosters. For the Hershey Slimes, we have Captain Jonathan Rivera, Grayson White, Kyle Bauer, Devin Mercado, and Jordan Swank. For the Crawdads, we have Captain Eric Crawford, Brian Crawford, Jacob Crawford, Tristan Hausman, Eric Zellers, and Jackson Weber. Now, let's get right into the matchup. All right, leading off here in Game 1 against Brian Crawford is Jonathan Rivera as he watches ball 4 for a leadoff walk. Grayson White now at the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks. Now Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he hits a ground ball back to the pitcher Brian. Brian not going to have a play as now the bases are going to be loaded. Jonathan Rivera back up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's going to walk home a run as the bases stay loaded. Now Grayson White as he drives it up the middle. One run's going to score, and the bases are going to stay loaded as now the score's 2-0. Kyle Bauer up to the plate. High drive, right field. That ball's gone. A grand slam for Kyle Bauer as he's able to make the score 6-0 here to start off this ball game. And that is going to be our 5-run inning mercy rule, as now we're going to be heading into the bottom of the first. Now, up to the plate for the Crawdads, Tristan Hausman as he watches ball 4 for a leadoff walk. Jackson Weber up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks. So now we have a man on first and second. Now Eric Crawford up to the plate as he hits a ground ball over to the left side. Kyle Bauer's going to peg Jackson right in the foot with the ball, but a run is going to score as that is 1 out, but 1 run does score. And there's a man on first base now. Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he drives it left field. That goes right over the foul pole for a home run, a 2-run home run for Tristan Hausman to make the score 6-3. Now Jackson Weber up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the left side. That's going to roll the whole way to the fence, and that's going to be a single for Jackson. Now Eric Crawford coming to the plate with a man on first. Eric, line drive to Kyle, and that is the second out of the inning as he smokes it. But Kyle able to have good reaction time to make that catch for the second out of the inning. Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now we're going to have a man on first and second. Jackson Weber back up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. Eric Crawford up to the plate now with 2 outs as he drives it left field. That ball's gone. A long home run for Eric Crawford as he's able to make the score 6-7, and the Crawdads take the lead here. That 5-run inning mercy rule will apply, though, as now we're going to be heading into the top of the second. Jonathan Rivera leading it off as he hits the base of the wall for a single. And now Grayson White up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now we're going to have a man on first and second to start this inning. As now Kyle Bauer up as he watches ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded with 0 outs. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate, ground ball to the left side. Eric Crawford's going to peg Kyle for the first out, but a run is going to score, and now we have a brand new ball game tied at 7 apiece. Now Grayson White watching ball 4, and the bases will be loaded again. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he hits a ball out of the strike zone to Eric Crawford. Eric Crawford not able to handle it, and a run is going to score as now the score is 8-7, and the bases are going to stay loaded. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate. High drive, left center field, off the base of the wall as 1 run's going to score, and Kyle Bauer's going to score as 2 runs score there, as now it looks like we're going to have a man on first and third. Grayson White up to the plate as he pops it up. Eric Crawford not able to catch it, but Jonathan's going to stay at third to stop that 5-run inning mercy rule from applying as they're going to try and hit a grand slam here. A little bit of strategy as Kyle Bauer up to the plate. Line drive. Eric Crawford's going to catch it. Sprinting, tries to peg Jonathan, but Jonathan's going to stay at third base again, although that ball gets away, as the score is still 10-7 here with 2 outs now. Jonathan Rivera, pop up to the right side. Tristan Hausman under it and drops it. As now Grayson White's going to score here, and that is going to be our 5-run inning mercy rule as now the score is 11-7. Tristan Hausman leading it off here as he hits a bullet to the left side, gets past Kyle, and that's going to be a single off the fence. That was a shot. Now Jackson Weber at the plate as he drives it left field. That one is high, and that one is gone. A moonshot for Jackson Weber to make the score 11-9. Eric Crawford up as he hits a ground ball to the left side. Kyle's going to grab it, but he's not going to have anyone at first to throw it to, as that's going to be a single. Now Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and now we have a man on first and second. Jackson Weber up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded here with still no outs. As Eric Crawford up to the plate. As he drives it, it's going to hit off the fence. One run's going to score, and the bases are going to stay loaded. As now the score is 11-10. Now Tristan Hausman up as he pops it up to the left side. Kyle Bauer gets under it for the first out of the inning. Bases still loaded. Jackson Weber up to the plate. Ground ball, and that's just barely going to be fair as Eric Crawford's going to score there, and the bases are going to stay loaded as now we have a tie ball game at 11-11. Eric Crawford hits it back to the pitcher, and he throws it home, but it hits the leg, and the run's going to score there, as now the score is going to be 11-12, and the 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply. Now in the top of the third, we have Eric Crawford coming in the pitch as Grayson White hits a ball off the fence for a single, as the Hershey Slimes need 1 run here to tie it. Now Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the right side. Tristan flipping the Jackson at second for the first out of the inning. Good flip by Tristan. And now Jonathan Rivera, ground ball. Eric has it, throws it to second, and if Tristan would have caught that ball, that would have been a really close play, but I think he was maybe safe either way, as now there's a man on first and second, as Grayson White pops it up to second base, and Tristan Hausman records it for the second out of the inning.
Tying runs on second.
With the tying run on second, Kyle Bauer comes to the plate as he drives it to right field, and Tristan Hausman's going to make a great catch there for the third out of the inning, and that's going to be the end of Game 1 as the Crawdads are able to win 12-11 here. And now we're going to be heading into Game number 2. Leading off in game number 2 against Brian Crawford is Jonathan Rivera as he hits a little chopper that's just going to barely be fair for a single. And now Grayson White up to the plate as he watches ball 4, wears it off the back. As now we have a man on first and second. Kyle Bauer up to the plate, pops it up. Jackson Weber able to catch it for the first out of the inning. Jonathan Rivera up as he drives it left center field. That ball's gone. A 3-run home run for Jonathan Rivera as he's able to put the Slimes on the board early in game 2 with that 3-run shot. The score is now 3-0. Grayson White up to the plate now as he watches ball 4, and we have a man on first. Kyle Bauer stepping up as he watches ball 4 as that hits the leg of the strike zone. As now we have a man on first and second. Jonathan Rivera, ground ball. Jackson flipping it to Tristan for the second out of the inning. And now Grayson White up to the plate as he hits a ground ball up the middle. Brian Crawford not going to be able to do anything with it as a run's going to score. And now the score is 4-0. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he drives it center field, hits the wall, and it's actually going to get stuck in the wall, and that's going to be a ground rule double, and 1 run's going to score there on that ground rule double as it's now 5-0, and that 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply, and we're going to be heading to the bottom of the first. Leading off in the bottom of the first is Tristan Hausman as he watches ball 4 for a leadoff walk. Jackson Weber up to the plate now as he hits a ground ball, and that's just going to go fair as now we have a man on first and second. Eric Crawford up to the plate as he watches ball 4 as that's going to hit the bottom leg there as well as now the bases are loaded. Tristan Hausman up to the plate now as he drives it left field. That ball's gone. A grand slam for Tristan Hausman as he's able to put 4 on the board for the Crawdads here as now the score is 5-4. And now Jackson Weber up to the plate now as he drives it left field. Oh, Jonathan Rivera robbing that home run as he reaches his pole over the fence for the first out of the inning. Good play by Jonathan, as now Eric Crawford's up to the plate, and he hits it to the left side, and that's going to be a single. Man on first base, as now we have Tristan Hausman up to the plate, as he watches strike 3 right on the inside corner for the second out of the inning. Jackson Weber back up to the plate as he watches strike 3, and that's back-to-back strikeouts to get out of the inning, as now it's going to be the end of the bottom of the first. On to the top of the second we go. Now, Jonathan Rivera leading it off as he pops it up to the right side. Tristan Hausman going to secure it for the first out of the inning. Grayson White stepping the plate, line drive center field, that ball's gone. A solo shot for Grayson White, as now the score's 6-4, and Kyle Bauer watching ball 4 after that home run. As now we have a man on first. Jonathan Rivera, ground ball up the middle. Jackson flipping to Tristan and not able to hold on to it, as now we're going to have a man on first and second. Grayson White up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and the bases are now going to be loaded. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he hits it Oppo Taco, and that ball's gone. It just barely gets out. I actually thought it was going to hit the base of the fence, as that's a grand slam for Kyle Bauer. And with that, the 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply. Heading into the bottom of the second, Eric Crawford, high drive, left center field. That ball's gone. A lead-off home run for Eric Crawford as he makes the score 10-5. Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the left side, and Jonathan throwing it to Grayson, but not in time, as now that is a single. Jackson Weber up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the left side. Jonathan smacking it like a cat over the Grayson, but not in time, as now we have a man on first and second. Eric Crawford up to the plate as he swings, hits it back to the pitcher. The pitcher not going to have a play as it hits like right in the stomach, as now the bases are loaded. Tristan Hausman back up to the plate as he watches ball 4, and that's going to walk home a run, as now the score is 10-6. Jackson Weber up to the plate. Ground ball left side. Jonathan not able to hold on to it and not going to have a play, as now another run scores. The bases are going to stay loaded. And Eric Crawford up to the plate as he pops it up to center field, but it's going to get down as no one was there, as one run's going to score, and now the score is 10-8, and the bases are still loaded with no outs here. Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he watches strike 3 on the inside corner for the first out. Jackson Weber up to the plate now as he drives it left field. That ball's gone. A grand slam for Jackson Weber as he's able to make the score 10-12, as now also the 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply. So we're heading to the top of the third. Jonathan Rivera with a line drive home run out of here, as now the score's 11-12. The Slimes need one more to tie it, as Grayson White's up to the plate. Ground ball back to the pitcher, Eric. Eric's going to throw it to first, and he's just barely going to be safe there for a single. So now we have a man on first. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he just barely gets it in there, and it's going to be a single. Man on first and second. Jonathan Rivera now, ground ball, and Jackson's going to flip it to Tristan, and Tristan are not able to hold on to it, and Grayson White's going to score, as now we have a tie ball game here in the top of the third. Grayson White up to the plate as he hits it, and it's going to get past Tristan, and Tristan's going to flip it in, but Kyle Bauer's going to round third and go home, as now the score is going to be 13-12. Kyle Bauer up to the plate as he pops it up to the pitcher, Eric Crawford, and he's going to secure it for the first out of the inning. 13-12 here as Jonathan Rivera's up, and he watches strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Grayson White up to the plate as he pops it up to the left side. Jackson Weber under it as he's going to secure it for the third out of the inning. The Crawdads need one to tie it to the win here, as we're going to be heading into the bottom of the third. Eric Crawford leading it off in the bottom of the third as he's going to watch ball 4 for a leadoff walk. And now Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the left side, and Jonathan throwing it to second, but not in time, as now we have a man on first and second. Jackson Weber up to the plate as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Now Eric Crawford up as he swings. The ball's going to get through. It's going to roll the whole way to the fence, and Tristan Hausman's going to score, and Jackson's going to head to third, as now we have a man on first and third with a tie ball game, 13-13. Tristan Hausman up to the plate now with an opportunity to end this one. Ground ball back to the pitcher, Kyle. Kyle bobbling a little bit, throws it home, not in time. And the Crawdads are going to win this one by a score of 13-14. So you might be wondering, why is everybody still on the field? Well, we miscounted the amount of runs that happened in the second inning. So this at-bat right here by Jackson, as he hits a ball out to left field, technically doesn't count. So that home run, that 3-run shot that you just saw Jackson hit, technically didn't count because the Crawdads actually won the game in the at-bat before. So in the stat book, that won't count. Sorry, Jackson, as that's the end of Game 2. The Crawdads winning Game 1 and Game 2. Let's see if they can get the sweep as we're heading into Game number 3. Leading it off in the top of the first in Game 3 is Jonathan Rivera as he hits a ground ball back to the pitcher, Brian Crawford, but not able to handle it as Jonathan's going to reach. Man on first base. Grayson White up to the plate as he hits a ground ball up the middle, and there's going to be a man on first and second now. And now Kyle Bauer up to the plate. Ground ball back to the pitcher, Brian. Brian throwing into second, and they're going to get the out. Great play there by Brian as he's able to get the out for the first out of the inning. Jonathan Rivera, ground ball, left side, flipping. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. Good flip by Jackson, as now they have 2 outs. But a run will score as Grayson White's up to the plate. Ground ball. Brian Crawford grabbing it, tries to flip it to second. Jackson cutting it off, but I don't think they had a play anyways, as now we have a man on first and second. Kyle Bauer up to the plate. High drive, center field, and that ball's gone. A 3-run home run for Kyle Bauer, as now the score is going to be 4-0 here to start Game 3. Jonathan Rivera watching ball 4, as now we have a man on first. Grayson White up to the plate as he drives it left center field. That ball's gone. A 2-run home run for Grayson White, and now the score is 6-0, and we're going to be heading into the bottom of the first as the 5-run inning mercy rule is going to apply. Tristan Hausman leading it off against Jonathan Rivera as he hits ground ball to the left side, and he's going to leg it out for a single. Now, Jackson Weber up to the plate as he hits ground ball to the left side, and Grayson White's going to grab it. He's not going to have a play. As now we have a man on first and second. No outs. Eric Crawford up to the plate now as he drives it center field. That ball's gone. Gets over the fence for a 3-run home run for Eric Crawford, and now the score is 6-3. Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he hits it to the left side, and Kyle Bauer's not going to have a play, as now we have a man on first with still 2 outs. Jackson Weber watching ball 4, and now we have a man on first and second. Eric Crawford up to the plate, hits it up the middle, and that's going to roll to the fence as now the bases are going to be loaded. Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he hits a ground ball up the middle. 1 run's going to score, and Eric's going to hold up at third as the bases are going to stay loaded. The score is 6-4 here as Jackson Weber up to the plate, swinging and missing on a slide piece or something by Jonathan for the first out of the inning. Eric Crawford up to the plate as he drives it off the fence, and that's going to be a ground rule double. But the way that our rules work is the only way you can score more than 5 in an inning is on a home run. So only 5 runs are going to count for the Crawdads there as we're heading to the top of the second. Kyle Bauer now, ground ball up the middle. Brian not going to have anybody at first as he tries to peg him there, and the ball gets away. The ball gets away again. Kyle's rounding second, gets away again. It gets away for the 3rd time, and Kyle with a Little League inside the park home run. As now the score is 7-5. Jonathan Rivera. Ground ball left side as that gets through, and that's a single for Jonathan Rivera. The score is now 7-5 here. The Slimes trying to add some more insurance. Grayson White up to the plate now as he gets hit in the elbow with a pitch that looked like it was going to be a strike. The pitcher's saying that he thinks it's a strike. It's kind of indecisive on the field, but it looks like they're going to give Grayson the walk here as now there's a man on first and second. As now Kyle Bauer hitting a ground ball up the middle. Jackson's going to grab it, pegging Jonathan on his way to third for the first out. Good play by Jackson. Now Jonathan Rivera up to the plate as he hits a ground ball down to the left side, and that's going to get through, and that's going to get under the fence, as it's going to be a ground rule double. 1 run's going to score, and we're going to have a man on second and third. Grayson White up to the plate as he drives it left center field. That ball's gone. A 3-run home run for Grayson White, as now the score is 11-5, and that's going to be our 5-run inning mercy rule. As we're heading into the bottom of the second, Tristan Hausman swinging and missing. He says he might have tipped it, but we think it hit the strike zone right after that, so 1 out. Jackson Weber watching ball 4 as he's going to get a 1-out walk. Eric Crawford up to the plate, ground ball up the middle, and Kyle not able to cut it off, as now we have a man on first and third. Tristan Hausman up to the plate now as he lines it up the middle. Grayson catches it, and he pegs Jackson. What a great play by Grayson White, as that is a double play, and that's going to be the end of the bottom of the second. The Crawdads not able to score any runs there, as that was huge for the Slimes, as now we're heading to the top of the third. And Kyle Bauer swinging and missing for the first out of the inning. Jonathan Rivera up to the plate, pops it up to the pitcher Eric Crawford, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. And now Grayson White up to the plate as he pops it up center field. Tristan Hausman under it, and he secures it for the third out of the inning. That's a 1-2-3 inning for the Crawdads, and they definitely needed that to stay in this ball game. The Crawdads need 6 to tie it, as Jackson Weber watching ball 4 for a leadoff walk. Now Eric Crawford up to the plate as he smokes a ball down the line, and that's going to be a fair ball, as there's some debate whether that's technically a ground rule double since that got past the fence, but they're just going to let it be a single, as now we have a man on first and second. Tristan Hausman up to the plate as he hits a ground ball, gets through Kyle Bauer, as now the bases are going to be loaded. And now Jackson Weber back up to the plate. He's ground ball to the left side, and Kyle Bauer is just going to tag third for the first out of the inning, but a run is going to score, as now the score is 11-6.
They tagged third.
And now Eric Crawford up to the plate as he swings and misses for the second out of the inning. The Crawdads are up against it now. They need 5 to tie here, as Tristan Hausman's up to the plate watching ball 4 as the bases are loaded. Jackson Weber up to the plate as he drives it left center field. That ball's gone. A clutch grand slam by Jackson Weber, as now the score is 11-10, and the Crawdads are within striking distance now. Eric Crawford up to the plate as he hits a ground ball to the left side, and Grayson's not going to have a play, as now we have a man on first. The tying run's on first base, as Tristan Hausman's up to the plate, and he watches ball 4, and that moves the tying run to second base with 2 outs still, as Jackson Weber's up to the plate. Ball 4, and now the tying run is on third base. Now Eric Crawford with an opportunity to tie this ball game up as he hits a ground ball to the third baseman, and he's just going to go ahead and tag Jackson for the third out of the inning, and the Hershey Slimes are barely going to win this game, as the final score is 11-10. The Crawdads won Game 1 and Game 2, but the Slimes able to win Game 3. And that's going to be the end of today's ball games. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you around next time.